All right, so let's get this etouffee started, okay? So the first thing I'm gonna do, I got some delicious smoked sausage. I'm just gonna let y'all know my favorite brand of smoked sausage is Chachere. You know, it'd be nice if they were to sponsor me, but this is not sponsored by Chachere. I love the taste of these smoked sausage. No knock on the other brands. I've been eating Chachere for years. I mean, since I was a kid. And so I just wanna get them cut into even rounds. I'm gonna get them in my Dutch oven and get them fried up. I wanna make sure I get some delicious color on them. They're gonna be the base to start this dish because we're gonna build a nice blonde roux as well. I'm telling you, it is gonna be seafood, but I gotta throw some smoked sausage in there as well. To me, it just adds some additional flavor, but the shrimp is definitely gonna be the star of the show. Okay, so we're gonna start with some green onions. I'm gonna cook with the whites and I'm gonna save the greens, use those as part of my garnish. Let me go ahead and chop up the greens. So I'm gonna get the tops of them off. And we'll get those sliced up real nice. This is gonna add a ton of flavor towards the end. So we'll get that all put to the side, and then we'll start working on some of our other ingredients for our Holy Trinity. All right, so let's get our shallots cut up. What I'm gonna do is actually cut that straight down the middle, okay? I'll do the same for this one. And we'll cut the ends off. That'll make it easier for me to go ahead and peel it. I like to get even little slits. And then you want to come towards you. At this point, be very careful with your knife when you do that. And then you can just make even slices. All right, so let's get our celery chopped up. And I just got a little paper towel that's a little damp. And I like to make sure I wipe off the celery. Good, you gotta have clean food, so I mean, you don't want that on your celery. And what we'll do, we'll chop off the end. You just want to get even cuts. And it'll be the same exact thing for the pepper. All right, let's get this pepper cut up. Again, cut the top, cut the bottom, and then we're just gonna make a slit right down there. And then, see, it just pops right out. And then you can also, you cut this guy too. You wanna make sure, this allows us to use the whole pepper. And then bam, just make nice cuts. All right, so let's get this garlic chopped up. So we're gonna smash them. You gotta give them a good whack. Make sure you get the peeling off. We're just gonna, once we get this off of here, we're just gonna rough chop these. And I haven't even started cooking yet, but I'm telling you, and it's already smelling good. Now, my wife will tell you differently because of the garlic. Her and garlic, well, as long as it's in food, she's fine with it. But they're, they're kind of her nemesis a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna take some of the green onions and just throw some of the ones that we're gonna use later on, but I wanna get those in there. And I'm also gonna take some of this garlic, throw in there as well. And then, again, shout out to my boy True3 Nola. Make sure that you guys check him out. He's on TikTok. He's also on Facebook and everything as well. But make sure you check out his stuff. I want to make sure you guys can see it. So I'm going to use his seasoning. I actually got to get some more of his seasoning because he has another one that he told me that he's going to send to me. So you want to get some of that seasoning in there. I'm going to use some Old Bay, the garlic and herb. some smoked paprika. Okay. And then also just a little bit of Tony's. Tony's has a little more spice than the other ones, so that's why I'm throwing that in there. I just want that extra bite of Tony's. You want to take some extra virgin olive oil and you're gonna make almost like a paste that's gonna go directly over the shrimp. We're gonna get them coated, and it's pretty much what you want. And this is exactly what you want. Okay, so we got our beautiful sauce here, and my shrimp, they have been peeled and deveined. I like to make sure I show people that they've been cleaned and they're perfectly ready to go. Safety first. And we're just gonna pour that all over the shrimp. And that right there alone, really I could just cook that and that would be delicious. So I'm just gonna take my spatula and just gently fold in the sauce. This is exactly what you want. You wanna make sure that they're evenly coated, and I'm telling you, it smells great. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, we got our Dutch oven, and I'm gonna get that on. So I'm gonna get that guy moved. We'll get a little bit of avocado oil in the pan. And then I have my smoked sausage. Smoked sausage in. And then you wanna get these moved around, at least flattened, so that way that bottom cooks. But I love that sound in the pot. I'm telling you, it's one of my favorite things to hear. So let's get the shrimp in. We're gonna cook the shrimp about halfway through. We don't wanna cook it all the way through because then they'll get rubbery. Maybe 2 to 3 minutes per side. All right, it's been about a minute or so. They're not cooked all the way. I just wanna get them flipped, but you wanna make sure you get that. See that nice color? I mean, that's exactly what you want. Oh yeah, look at that. This smells so good right now. I wish y'all had smell-o-vision. I do. Can somebody invent that? Like, seriously. I mean, the shrimp are looking good. All right, so I'm gonna throw in some butter, and you want about a half a stick of butter. And then we're gonna come right in also with some flour. I'm gonna let the butter melt just a little bit, and then I'm gonna throw the flour in, and we're gonna build our roux. All of that flavor that's at the bottom of the pan, that's exactly what you want. I mean, just look at that. That's all flavor right there. All right, let's start building our roux. So I got some flour. I'm not gonna use all of this. And you're just gonna whisk that in. And again, all of that on the bottom is flavor. Now the beauty of a roux is it goes through stages. I don't need a dark roux for an etouffee. I just need really almost like a blonde roux. It's gonna add some body to the sauce. You're gonna get all of those little bits off the bottom. Now mine is a little untraditional, which is kind of the way I do everything. That's why it's called cooking with feeling. All right, the key is to keep stirring because you don't want it to burn. Now again, the longer you cook the roux, the darker it's gonna get. If you look at it, this is pretty much the exact color that we want. And let's go and throw these guys in. We got a pepper in there, and then also the whites from the green onion. So that's our base right there. And see how that was coated right away? That just took that roux, took all of that. So what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna let that cook down. All right, put a little bit of salt and pepper. And it's sticking a little bit, so it's perfect time to throw the garlic in. All right, I know it doesn't look that pretty right now, but stick with me, I promise. It's all gonna come together nicely. Now we're gonna add some tomato paste in. we want to get a good bit of this because that's going to help coat all the veggies. Let's get that mixed in. All right, and we're going to deglaze with some white wine. All right, you see that thickened up real quick with that. I want to make sure we scrape all those bits. All right, and you pour in some canned tomatoes. This is exactly what you want. And then we're gonna come in with some seafood stock and some other ingredients. All right, add that seafood stock in there. And you wanna slowly start to incorporate that in. And at this stage, what you wanna do is evaluate how thick you want the sauce. I do a lot of my cooking with feeling. So it's like I can feel the consistency that you want. That was probably about 2.5 cups. I mean, there's a good bit in here already, but look at this beautiful sauce already, and I'm not even done. And when you throw in the shrimp, you pair it with some rice. I mean, this is gonna be so good at the end. We got some other things we wanna throw in here as well because we wanna make sure we continue to develop flavor. Look how beautiful this looks, man. All right, we're gonna throw 2 bay leaves in here. And also some Worcestershire. We're gonna throw that in here as well. Again, you guys have heard me say that what's that here sauce, but there's not too many recipes of mine that does not have that in there. All right, we're gonna add a little Tony's. I'm actually gonna use the wide side. True Trinola. Nice thing about this seasoning, it's low sodium, so you can add more. Great flavor on it. And again, I'm repeating the same things I added before. I am gonna add a little bit of lemon juice, and that's just to go along with the shrimp. And then some smoked paprika, because you have to. No other reason why. And just a couple dashes of lemon juice. You don't need a whole lot. The wine is in there, so there is some acidity already, as well as the tomatoes. So just a couple little splashes of it. And we'll get that mixed in. Just let that start to cook down. Let all the flavors marry together. I'm gonna cover it and keep it at a medium-low heat. This right here, when it's done, I'm telling you, it's gonna be so good. All right, let's go ahead and cover it. When I come back, we'll add the smoked sausage in, let them cook down, and then right towards the end, we'll add the shrimp in. All right, let's go ahead and throw the smoked sausage in. Oh, look at that. That looks good. Now, I am gonna go ahead and taste this, just to make sure I can adjust for seasoning. If it needs salt or anything along those lines. So, does need a little salt. Ooh, nice little spice in the background. Oh yeah, we're right where we need to be. So, the beauty of cooking is you got to season as you go. And then we'll let this cook down even more. And we're gonna pair this up with some rice. But I mean, come on, man. Y'all can't tell me y'all don't want to eat that. So let's let this cook down and enjoy it. But let those flavors marry. But it's perfect. All right, let's take a look at this. I mean, come on, man. Woo. Don't that look good? Let's go ahead and stir this up. And so just want to make sure it's not sticking, okay? The sauce is perfect, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw the shrimp in and we're gonna turn the heat off, okay? Because again, the residual heat is gonna cook the shrimp. They've already been seared, all right? So I'm just gonna switch hands here. And throw all of that flavor in there, look at that. And mix the shrimp in. And I'm gonna turn the heat off. Just look at this. This is exactly what you want in a delicious shrimp étouffée. I mean, the smoked sausage is gonna add some extra flavor. The shrimp, I mean, I tasted one of the cooked shrimp and this is on point. But when we pair it with the rice, I mean, look how beautiful this is. If y'all don't want to come through the screen after looking at this one, I really don't know what you do. All right, so let's go ahead and put this together. Oh man, it's gonna be so good. All right, so I'm gonna put the rice in there off center, like that. And then look at this beautiful etouffee. So ladle that on the side. Finish it with some green onions. And I mean, y'all can't tell me y'all don't want to eat that. I mean, come on, man. This right here. This is one of those that are just delicious. I mean, it really is the perfect comfort food for me, especially being from New Orleans. Like, if I wanted a comfort dish, this is what I want to come to. I mean, this right here is unbelievable good. So y'all know we got to give it a taste. And you got the shrimp, you got the sausage. I just want a little bit of that rice and the shrimp, because again, I want the shrimp to be the star of the show. Well, that's a perfect bite right there. I feel like I'm laughing in every video because it just works. Everything comes together beautifully. It's cooked down nicely. It's rich, it's savory. There's a little background spice and sweetness, but it all works together. So I encourage you. There is a lot of steps with this one. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it by any means, but I'm telling you, it's worth the labor of love to make it. I encourage you guys to definitely make this one. And as I always say on my videos, on to the next one. I'm gonna enjoy dinner with my wife. Y'all have a good one.